Hey y'all, so today's video is all about the OPI Fiji collection for spring 2017. I have all 12 colors and I also have the 3 Ultra exclusive shades. So in all I have 15 colors to show you today. I purchased them in the regular nail polish lacquer, but they also come in infinite shine and gel. This is a really fun spring collection with really bright pops of color here and there, and there's a few pastels and even one neutral shade. There's not really any unique colors in this collection except for maybe one. For most of them I found some pretty comparable colors in my collection. Now when I'm looking for dupes or comparisons for each of these colors, just like in my previous videos, I try not to have all the dupes or comparisons be OPI colors. I try to find comparisons from other brands that may be a little bit cheaper. That way when you're out purchasing, you can kind of justify buying the dupe or the comparison because it's a dupe or a comparison and it's also cheaper. But just like in my previous videos, most of the comparison polishes that I found are OPI because I do own a lot of OPI polishes. That is my favorite brand and I think everybody knows that, no point in me saying it. But this time I really did try to find dupes or comparisons in my collection that weren't just OPI colors. Some of them I couldn't help it, they're just kind of spot on comparable polishes, but for the most part I did try to find comparable polishes that were not OPI. I bought them locally, but I believe you can still purchase them from polishpick.com, and I think on their website they're like $5.50 or so, which is a good deal if you plan on buying the full collection. Just like in my previous 2 nail polish videos, I will show a dupe or comparison or a similar color that I have in my collection for each of the colors in this Fiji collection. The first polish I have is called Want a Lacquer. It's a very nice powdery lavender shade and it makes you think of springtime, like you can almost smell lavender and gardenia just by looking at this polish. And I love powdery pastel purples like this. But it did take me 4 coats to get it this nice. The dupe I have for this one is by Sally Hansen and it's called What Incarnation. And you can see here by bottle comparison they look basically the same. But on the nails, Want a Lacquer seems more purple saturated and shinier, and the Sally Hansen seems more muted and like it has a little bit more white in it. The next polish is called Getting Nadi on My Honeymoon, and I think OPI described it as an hibiscus pink, but it's the softest, lightest, most girly pink, and it's very cute. It still looked a little bit rough even after 3 coats, but once you add a layer of top coat to this one, it'll smooth it out and it'll look really nice and clean. The dupe I found for this one is by Sinful Colors and it's called Strawberry Milk and it's from their first collab with YouTuber Candy Johnson. It looks like a perfect dupe by bottle comparison as well. But on my nails, Getting Nadi on My Honeymoon dries shiny and Strawberry Milk dries matte. And it also seems like it has a little bit more white in it. But then once you see as you add top coat to Strawberry Milk, it looks a lot more similar to Getting Nadi on My Honeymoon. And I've noticed a lot of people comparing Getting Nadi on My Honeymoon to OPI's Mod About You. So I decided to throw this in here and show you guys. So here they are, bottle to bottle. So at this point is how you want to spend your money for a pastel pink like this. All 3 are gorgeous, but the OPIs are $10 and the Sinful Colors is only $2. The next polish is called Two Timing the Zones and it's a very pretty girly pink, kind of like a pinup pink. And it looks like it might have some hints of a blue undertone as well. The best part about this polish is that it's very smooth and easy to apply and it only took 2 coats to get it this gorgeous. I love this kind of pink, it's so girly. The dupe I found for this one is also by OPI and it's called If You Moused, You Moused from the Vintage Mini Collection of 2012, and these colors are almost spot on dupes to me. They both took 2 coats, they're both perfectly creamy and smooth and easy to apply, and they're both gorgeous. The next polish is called Living on a Boulevard, and it's a perfect orangey red or reddish orange, depending on how you look at it. It's a perfect coral shade. My mom would love this color because she loves coral nail polish. And see how shiny this is? I don't even have on a top coat. The dupe I found for this one is a Good Mandarin. It's hard to find, and by bottle comparison they seem like they're really close, but a Good Mandarin is hard to find, seems slightly lighter and more orange. And it might even have a slightly thicker formula because it seems to smooth out on your nails a little bit better than Living on the Boulevard. And I added this clip in just because it's just a quick bottle comparison of Living on the Boulevard, A Good Mandarin is Hard to Find, and Cajun Shrimp, because a lot of people wanted to know if Cajun Shrimp compared to Living on the Boulevard. And as you can tell, it's a little bit more red, so I didn't even swatch them. This next polish is called No Tan Lines, and OPI described it as a warm sunrise orange. It looks really creamy and pumpkiny and orange creamsicle-like to me. Miss Holly Berries described it as the powder that comes in a box of mac and cheese type orange, and I think that's the perfect color description. I was super surprised to find that I had a color in my collection that even compared to this one, and this one is called Crush by Jessie's Girl, and I did check online to see if it was still available if you wanted to buy it. The differences that I could see is that No Tan Lines has a bit more white in it, and Crush has a curly-like finish to it. This next polish is called Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet, and it's a definite bright yellow. If you're into yellows that are bright and sunny, then you will definitely love this one. I know a lot of people shy away from yellows, but if you have warm undertones like I do, then you will definitely love this yellow. The first polish I have to compare to Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet is called My Twin Mimi. And by bottle comparison here, they seem like they're really close. But on my nails, My Twin Mimi seems to have a bit more white in it, but they're both super shiny and gorgeous yellows. I also compared it to Good Grief, and as you can tell by bottle comparison here, Good Grief seems to be a more yellow-based yellow. Does that even make sense? But anyway, you can see it here on my nails that Good Grief is a more yellow than Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet. The next polish is called Coconuts Over OPI, and they describe it as a toasty taupe. It's an awesome cool toned nude. It applied effortlessly in 2 coats. I didn't think I was gonna like this one since it seemed more cool toned and I have a warm undertone, but it's really pretty. The dupe I found is by Revlon, and it's called Elegant, and as you can tell by bottles here, they look very similar, and it's the same case once you put them on your nails. They look very similar, and this is the closest one I could find, and I swatched about 10 or 15 different nudes to find a dupe for Coconuts Over OPI. This next polish is called I Can Never Hut Up, and it's a light gray with a greenish turquoise shimmer. This is the one I mentioned in the intro of my video that I thought was going to be unique, but it's really not, because that shimmer that I mentioned does not show up on your nails. You can only see it in the bottle, which is so disappointing. I didn't even want to show a dupe or comparison for this polish because I didn't think it was worth it. There's no polish that could compare when you look in the bottle. That shimmer is just beautiful. But here it is on my nails next to another gray, hoping that that shimmer would show its pretty face. And it kind of did, but not the way it does in the bottle. So disappointing. This next polish is called Suzi Without a Paddle, and it's a pale powdery blue. It's very thin, so you will need like 3 or 4 coats. This is 3 shown on my nails. It's very pretty though. If you like really pale pastel colors in the spring, this one is definitely on trend and you'll love it. The dupe I found for Suzi Without a Paddle is by Sally Hansen Extreme Wear, and it's called Breezy Blue, and it's a little bit more blue in the bottle here, but on my nails it's very similar. Suzi Without a Paddle has a little bit more white in it, but both of these blues are gorgeous. I'm going to get a lot of wear out of both of them. And again, I saw a lot of online comparisons of Suzi Without a Paddle to It's a Boy, but Sally Hansen's Breezy Blue is more similar to Suzi Without a Paddle than OPI's It's a Boy. This next polish is called Is That a Spear in Your Pocket, and OPI describes it as a tropical teal. This color is the reason why I wanted to buy this collection. To me, it's kind of like a creamy bluish rainforest green. It's amazing, but it does stain a lot more than I expected it to, but it's a perfect 2-coater. The dupe that I found is by Sally Hansen in the Insta-Dry formula, and it's called Re-Teal Therapy. And let me tell you, these bottle comparisons will get you every time because they look spot on in the bottle, but on my nails, Is That a Spear in Your Pocket is a much deeper teal color. And just because I did a bottle compare with Is That a Spear in Your Pocket and Amazon Amazoff, and right away you can tell Amazon Amazoff is a much deeper teal. Next up is the polish with the ridiculous name, Trop-i-cal-i-fiji-istic. OPI described it as simply sea and sky. Like I said before, I love blue polishes, but I really love this one. It's just so buttery and creamy, and it applied so smooth. It ended up being my favorite of this entire collection. I've compared Super Tropi-cal-i-fiji-istic to OPI's My Pal Joey, and as you can see here in the bottle, they are a perfect comparison for each other. Even though on my nails My Pal Joey seems to be a little bit lighter, it's still a great comparable polish, and both of these are really awesome blue nail polishes. The next polish is called Do You See What I See, and it's a shimmering ocean blue, and it really does look like shiny shimmery ocean water. It'll take you 3 to 4 coats to get it almost opaque, but I hate doing 4 coats of nail polish, so this one is shown with 3. I've compared Do You See What I See to I See You Wear OPI, and they're completely different blue tone shimmery polishes, but I compared them just for the shimmer. Do You See What I See is a more blue shimmery polish, and I See You Wear OPI is a more teal turquoisey shimmer. This next polish is the first of the 3 Ulta exclusive shades, and it's called Tropi-cal Me on My Cell. And it's a pale yellowy green. It's a thin formula, and at first glance I thought of OPI's gargantuan green grape, but nope, this is much warmer and much thinner, but it's definitely on trend for spring. I wish I could have found a better dupe for you guys, but this is just proof that dupes are not always great and they don't always compare well. This is by Sinful Colors, and it's called Cash Out, and it's a more cool green. The Tropi-cal Me on My Cell seems like it has a lot more yellow in it, but yeah, this is as close as I could find. And because I mentioned it in the description, I figured I should show you a bottle comparison of Tropi-cal Me on My Cell with Gargantuan Green Grape. The next polish is the second of the 3 Ulta exclusive shades, and it's called Nails of Paradise, and this is a perfect purple. Like I said, I love purple, and this one is so creamy and it glides on like butter. This is an amazing polish, and it only took 2 coats for me to get it to look this nice. Now the dupe I have for Nails of Paradise is probably going to be hard to find because I bought it in a pack of nail polishes from TJ Maxx a while back, but I had to show it because it's a perfect dupe. It's called Plum It Is, and it's by JLB Cosmetics, but if you guys know of any dupe that's better than this, that's easier to find, let me know. And last but not least, this polish is called Hand Me My Sunglasses, and it's a creamy medium toned orange. You could probably get away with 2 coats, but here I'm showing you 3, and as it dries it gets a little bit darker. For as creamy as it is, I didn't expect to have to use 3 coats, but it was totally worth it in the end. The dupe that I chose for Hand Me My Sunglasses is by Wet n Wild, and it's called Club Havana, and it's almost an exact dupe. We finally found one that compares as well in the bottle as it does on the nails. It's a perfect comparison. Now they're both 2 coaters, so you have the choice of spending $10 on OPI or $2 on Wet n Wild. So the polish that actually made me want to purchase this collection is called Is That a Spear in Your Pocket? It's that turquoise green teal color, and I actually do really love it, but it ended up not being my favorite. My favorites from this collection actually ended up being 2 of the polishes put together. The Super Trop-i-cal-i-fiji-istic, whatever the crazy name of this polish is, plus Do You See What I See? 2 coats of this one and a coat of this one. It is the most beautiful, sparkly blue combination I've ever seen. These 2 ended up being my favorites from the collection. Hey y'all, so evidently my ending got deleted, so I thought I'd throw in a few clips from my snap from when I bought these polishes back in January, and it also gives me a chance to say thank you for watching and thumbs up this video if you'd like to see more like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.